Hey, I got the question, if you were starting over today, exactly what would you do and in what order? So, if I had to go start my business from scratch today, knowing everything I know, I would I would start with marketing and a computer system. So, I'm assuming that I'm the guy doing the work. So, um, exactly what I would do. I would go get a computer system that could grow with my business. And I would get a computer system that could help me with my marketing. I didn't do this in the beginning, but now I know. I would get a computer system that would allow me to access my computer system on my iPhone or my Blackberry. The reason that is because when we were first starting out, you kind of go out into the field, and this is true if you're small or large, but if you're starting out, you go out in the field and you mowed a lawn or you fixed a sprinkler system or you did a fertilization weed control job, and the client asks you for something, you think, okay, I'm going to write that down when I get back in the truck, or at lunch I'm going to write that down, I'm not going to forget to do it, or I'm going to write it down on my calendar tonight, or whatever, and you don't do it, and that's lost money. You just lost money because you didn't write it down, then you never did that service. So I'd get a handheld unit where I could go to my iPhone and Miss Jones says, hey, I'd like to get you to trim my bushes as soon as you have a chance. And I click a couple buttons in my phone and it logs in my computer system. And I'm not talking about a super, something like we have that costs you $30 a month. I'm talking about that kind of thing. So you log in your phone and then the computer system keeps track of it. So next time you're doing your scheduling, you got your reminder right there. Oh, Miss Smith wanted her bushes trimmed. So if it's a $200 bush trimming job and you forgot about it, so let me give you an analogy here. You go buy, because a lot of guys are resistant when they're little buying a computer system, and I'm about to cover marketing, so stay with me here. A lot of guys are like, oh, a computer system, it's going to cost me $30 a month. I don't need that right now. Well, so if it was $30 a month, that's $360 a year. Miss Smith asked you for a bush trimming job. It's $200 a month, or $200. And it's probably $200 like 4 times a year, or in our case, a lot of times 7 times a year. And Miss Smith asks you for this $200 job. You say, I'm going to write this down in my truck, and then you don't do it. So you never do the $200 job. You just lost 200 bucks. Had you just had a little system to log that, you wouldn't have lost the 200 bucks. That $200 alone offsets almost your entire year's bill for having a little computer program. How many mess ups, 2 mistakes avoided pays for the whole computer system for 1 year. So I understand and I preach keeping your expenses low, but there's wise things that need to be done. And one is having a computer system and a good one. Another thing is I just say it over and over. You got to know how long it takes you to do your jobs. So getting the right computer system means you got on your iPhone or your Blackberry, you pull up to a job, you hit start. You do the job, you hit stop. And then you go to your next job, you hit start. You go to the next job, you hit stop. I mean, it's that easy. And the computer system tracks how long it takes you to do each job, and it knows how many square feet that job was. So it starts to build the relationship of time versus square feet. It knows the drive time between each job. It knows what order you did all your jobs in. So even if you're a one-man show, you're starting to build this history of information so you can start to learn how to price. And it also is really cool because then you're like, Miss Smith's job that I'm getting paid $40 a week for, that thing's taking me an hour. Or it's taking me an hour and a half, but down the street I'm making $40 in 42 minutes. Maybe Miss Smith's job needs to be priced up a little bit higher. You don't know that stuff unless you track it. That's why I say spend 30 or $50 a month and get a computer system from day one that can grow with you all the way up to being a big company. So computer system's the foundation of everything, and there's a lot more reasons you need it. It keeps up with your billing, scheduling, all that, but those are the kind of things to be thinking about. So if I was starting from day one, I wouldn't even, like my first customer, I'd get a computer system. First one. It's a no-brainer because of all the benefits. Next, you got to deal with marketing. So I say there's 3 elements to building a company. Your computer system, it's the foundation of everything. It manages your marketing, your people, your scheduling, your billing, everything. Foundation. Number 2, your marketing. Number 3, your people. That's your business. If you can get all those 3 things right, you're going to make it big time. Your people are going to drive you to the next level. Good people are going to take you where you need to go. Good computer system's going to manage it all. Marketing's going to drive hungry prospects to you that want to buy from you. So you got to get all 3 things right. You get them all working in unison together, you've got a company that can't be stopped. So right now, if you're getting started, you don't really need too many employees yet. So we're not going to worry about employees in this video. So First things first, I'm going to worry about my computer system. It's something that I can, go find it and buy it and be done with it in one day. And that's done. You're now, all you got to do worry about is doing the work and marketing. So marketing, number one, I get a website. I mean, it's just critical. We sell over 50% of all of our business off the web. I'd get a website. I'd get it tweaked, get it figured out, get it working. If you use our computer system, it handles and integrates with your website. You can manage your entire website right from the computer system. But I get a website. Then once I get that worked out, I get another couple other websites. Marketing in specific cities, marketing specific services, and I'd work with somebody, or I'd go learn how to get those websites ranked high in the search engines. Front page of Google, front page of Bing, front page of Yahoo. Get them up towards the top. If I can't, and then because so since I'm answering what would I do given everything I know, while I'm waiting on my websites to move up the rankings in the search engines, so that when somebody types in lawn care, Dallas, Texas, I come up at the top. While I'm waiting on that to happen, I'd be doing some Google AdWords advertising. That's that paid advertising at the top of Google. I'd be doing that to get some instantaneous sales. In fact, even after my website moves to the top, I'd keep doing AdWords. I'd do it all. So website, critical. Number one, I'd get a website up. I'd start working to get it moved up to the top of the search engines, because I'm going to sell tons of work if I write good text, good copy, good wording on my website. I'm going to sell lots of business over the web. If I have an estimate form on my website where people can request an estimate, I'm going to sell lots of business on my website. Imperative. Next, I'm going to work on some marketing literature. So I tell everybody, and I realize this is not a strategy most people want to hear, but if you are hungry and you want to make this work, you're going to knock on some doors. It's not a long-term strategy, because I don't believe we don't knock on doors anymore, but it's a getting started strategy when you don't have any business. So you can either sit there and twiddle your thumbs and wait for people to call, or you can get out there and you can knock on doors and introduce yourself. Most people are going to say, nope, not interested, close the door. All you need is a few. Few get you started. Also, you learn the objections. You hear what they don't, why they don't want your service. They hear what their concerns. You learn their concerns, all that stuff. You learn a lot of really valuable information really fast by knocking on doors. So I'm going to go knock on doors. This is exactly what I did when I started. It worked well. So we knocked on, we did it with commercial accounts, not with residential, but residential works just as well. A lot of businesses have been built and are still being built today, knocking on doors. So I'm going to knock on doors. I'm going to do my web. I'm going to knock on doors. I'm not even going to make a business card. I don't even have business cards for our lawn care business today. We're almost 5 years old now. I think we're 5 years old, and we're about to get business cards for the first time, believe it or not. And what I'm going to make is 5x7, essentially like little postcards. They're 5x7. I'm going to order them at overnightprints.com. I'm going to spend a couple bucks extra for 1,000, and they're going to gloss them front and back. Then I'm going to spend a couple extra bucks. I'm literally like $2, and they're going to round the corners on my postcards, so they're not square. Now they're kind of slightly rounded. And I'm going to write really good copy, compelling stuff about all the problems I'm going to solve. So I've talked about in other videos, I'm going to get in my client's head. I'm going to have empathy. I'm going to understand what they hate about lawn care companies. They don't show up on time. They don't ever answer their phone. They don't call you back. They don't guarantee their work. They don't close. If it's residential, they don't close the gates behind them. On and on and on. I'm going to pick those things out and I'm going to address them. I'm not going to say, hey, we mow, blow, edge, and weed eat. I'm going to answer benefits. I'm going to voice all of my stuff on my card as a benefit. What are we delivering? What problems are we going to solve? How are we going to make you feel when you buy our service? And I'm going to put that stuff, I'm going to create a little advertisement on my 5x7 postcard, and that's what I'm going to hand out when I'm knocking on doors, residential or commercial. It's going to have my website on it. It's going to have my phone number on it. It's going to have an offer. It's going to give them something for free if they call, if they inquire. It's going to have a headline on it. It's going to be very well written. It doesn't have to be super pretty. It's just going to be well written. Now I'm going to pass that out. I'm not passing out a business card. I'm passing that out. I'm knocking on doors. Then I'm going to take something similar to that and I'm going to create some door hangers. And I'm going to start putting door hangers out. Maybe hire a door hanger service, or maybe if I've got unlimited amount of time on my hands, I'm going to put out my own door hangers. I'm going to drag a family or friend out or with me, and we're going to put out door hangers.